So yeah, I wanted to start with explaining what the topic would be and why do we speak about it. Why do we think that we know something about it? Like Sergey said, we are from YesPo, omnichannel customer data platform, and pop-ups, which are one of the different forms of widgets, are one of the very important integral part of omnichannel communications that we usually provide for our customers. And today we talk about pop-ups as a growth tool. And it's really a very powerful tool for you, whether you're a retention marketer, e-commerce manager, or email marketing specialist. In any case, this is a growth tool for you. And we want to share the experience we had with different brands that we had, and we know exactly how to make it work, and that's the experience we want to share with you. But a little bit of information about myself. I work in IT entrepreneurship and business consultancy for over 20 years. And 10 years I've worked in e-commerce and digital marketing. Now I lead YesPo, the omnichannel customer data platform, and basically work with many customers in this field. So the definition of product is omnichannel customer data platform, meaning that we can help businesses to communicate in different channels and make it personalized and based on customer data, using customer behavioral data, what people look at, what they're interested at, identify their interest, and then use it to make more personalized communications to increase loyalty, lifetime value, and of course, like revenues for the business. In the very short, there's several channels, and we will today focus on just one channel, the widgets or pop-ups. But you should know that you can use many more of them, and you can also use a combination of them. So that's basically where personalized communication is very important, is being able to use different channels to reach to customer and to deliver the proper information for them. And as a business, we mostly work with e-commerce and retail, and we work with fashion industry, we work with food and grocery, we've worked with kids industry, work with pet food industry. So there's plenty of different verticals in e-commerce that we work with. In total, we have more than 4,000 different brands that trusted their personalized communications to us, and we are very happy to have them from 76 different countries. So let's get back to the topic of today's webinar. The underlying problem that we see the businesses have is that on average, according to the studies, more than 70% of the people who will attend your website will leave your site forever. And the problem is that actually not even these 70% of visitors are very valuable for you and also very costly for you, because you pay paid campaigns to attract them, you invest in SEO, you invest in referral programs, and you do a lot of content to attract those visitors, but for some reason they are leaving. The reason they are leaving usually lies in the fact that customer retention is very short now. And despite that the customer acquisition cost is growing through years, the customers expect even more personalization, even more tailored web pages that would take into account their interests. And if you cannot leverage the customer data, you will probably stay with lower conversion rates, which is quite often is the reason the e-commerce websites are not successful. What we see from the market most of the retail companies invest in personalization tools, and most of them do have success. And I'd say the usage of web widgets is a very inexpensive and cost-effective way for you to provide personalization to your visitors, like provide a little more personalization to your visitors. And different types of widgets could be set up and used on different pages for different users based on their behavior and data that we know about them. And in this way, you really get impressive results. And by the way, quite often I use the term widget. I will explain later why is it a little bit different from pop-up, but pop-up is also a widget, just one of many different types of widgets that we will cover in this webinar. Widgets are a vital and very important tool in the toolbox of email marketer, of retention specialist, of e-commerce manager, because that's the only way where you as a marketer can provide additional layer of personalized content to your visitors without changing the website code itself. So basically that's like an extra layer that you can use in very user-friendly way with different drag and drop editors and target those campaigns on your on-site visitors to change their behavior, to improve their conversions, to navigate them to proper pages. And that does not require you to know coding, or it does not require you to use your development teams every time you want to change something. And the promise I made in the introductory video, it was that I will show you how to make it in 5 minutes. So yeah, that's going to be in the next slides. Why widgets are so effective? Like imagine if I, as an email marketer, have the database of 10,000 users, and that's a typical size for a website with about 100,000 unique visitors monthly. So when I send out emails, I can only cover these people that are already in my list and that they already made a purchase from my site or subscribed to my newsletter. And I'm quite limited because that's the base I've worked with. If we could expand your communication from only body of email to the website itself, it expands your power, expands your reach to the audience like tenfold. And yeah, with widgets, you can communicate with your website visitors in the same way like you do it with emails. Both with identified users, but also with anonymous visitors of the website. Why widgets could be even more effective is if they are combined with CDP. It's because for identified users, you can provide a personalized experience and leverage all the data that customer data platform already know about this user. It can know about what products they are interested in. They know what the tier of loyalty program he's in, how many bonus points he has, what was the last purchase, what was the preferred delivery method he used. So that all this data could be leveraged to provide more personalized offers to the users. And also it's very important that whenever the visitor becomes identified, maybe he subscribes for an email, he logs in to the store, makes a purchase. So whenever we can identify this user, he immediately becomes available for future communications, not only on the website, but also in the channels that he agreed to receive communications in. And yeah, the first reaction usually from the people who I talk about pop-ups, they say, hey, pop-ups usually distract visitors. I don't want pop-ups on my website because it's just killing the conversion. And probably they are right, because in their experience, the widgets were implemented in the very wrong manner. So when widgets appear in the wrong time, with no clear explanation why is it here and what is the value for the customer, of course they will be ineffective. And examples of ineffective widgets are when they appear immediately after site loads. And probably you also have this experience when you open a website and you have immediately like 5 different widgets opening on your page. There is a welcome pop-up, there is online chat window, there is a callback button widget, and so there's plenty of different distractors. Usually there is a problem with relevant content. So when I read this message in this pop-up, I do not recognize that it's made exactly for me. Those bad widgets usually lack clear call to action, what people should do with this widget, or it's hard to interact with. Sometimes you open a widget on your mobile phone, but it's not optimized for mobile version of the website, and just cannot even find sometimes the cross to close this pop-up just because he's somewhere outside the visible area. On the contrary, effective widgets would appear only when we see that customer already showed some interest in product or category. It should take into account the context of the page, the context of the customer, and of course it should be valuable and helpful to the customer. So when we use widgets, we help customers quicker to find the good deals. We help them to navigate to the proper section. We help them to get the best offers for him, and that's why people usually love all of those sales and promotions, because they have an ability to save some money. And there is a lot of widgets, like I mentioned. There are pop-ups, but there are a lot more different widgets than just pop-ups, and all of them could be used for solving different marketing tasks. Let's start with describing all of them. So the first type of the widgets available is launcher, which is like a hanging button that does not distract user for a long time, but basically it's present on a page. So when people want to subscribe or they want to interact with widgets, they can click on a launcher, and then the actual form will show up on a page, but it will not show up until people like really interested in it. Another example is Informer, which is usually a clickable pop-up that helps you to announce promotions, to show new products, discounts, and basically helps you to navigate users to particular pages where they can get those offers. Subscription form helps you to collect data and enrich customer profile. For some industries, age-gate widgets also important, but they also are present. In the same builder with Yespo, you have ability to offer even more products to receive feedback and collect user data. What are the next types of widgets? One of them is slider. Sliders are a very powerful tool because they help to utilize a very small amount as a very small area on your web page, but it can showcase several different offers depending on what people, if you do not exactly, I mean, we never know exactly what people want to buy, but we can trick the system and show several offers in the same area, which helps us to better fit the needs of the customer. Another example are surveys, and it's again, it helps us to collect zero-party data to enrich customer profile. For instance, to have his age, to have his name, to have his dog breed, or anything that helps us to build more personalized communication in future. Of course, there is net promotion score that helps us to build better communications, receiving and gathering feedback, analyzing this feedback to make our products and services better. And there's also a multi-step form that helps us to improve user experience and improve also conversion rates of the forms by dividing a complex form in several smaller parts. And of course, hit of the season is gamified widgets that can be fully customized with no code in Yespo widget editor. You can do scratch cards that show the winning discount after you submit your email. Again, you can spin the wheel, and there is a gift box when you can check one of the gift boxes to win some prize. All of them are very engaging and work very well, and we will see it in a particular case studies show that built on the experience of our customers. So getting further to real life examples, before we go to examples, I actually wanted to ask you if you have any questions, then I would be very happy to answer them right away. So hello everyone. So okay, I see that some colleagues share Anastasia means the endless stream of widgets that appear on the screen. That's a familiar experience. Okay, right now I don't have any questions, but please do not hesitate. Whenever you see something interesting and you want me to show a little more information about it, don't hesitate. Write it down here. And so currently I don't have any questions. I will get back to them later in the next section. Meantime, please write them to the chat. So we'll start with simpler real-life examples of using widgets for real different situations. Mostly we will cover the cases from fashion, from food and grocery, and from other industries. The examples of the case studies with the customers I will talk about later. You can also find on our blog, and I really encourage you to go there. For some cases, you have also here QR codes. And you can go and see the case study in details there. But also I want to remind that everyone who subscribed to this webinar, because I know that some of you will watch it in live stream or after that, if you want to get the full presentation or if you want to talk with me in person and discuss how this could be helpful for you, please reach out to me through the demo booking. That the links will be provided under this video description. So Adidas, well-known brand, one of my favorite, shared with us their case, how they enhance the triggered workflow. So the goal was to improve their automated workflows, and they had a happy birthday workflow that in their strategy, it was quite effective. It was generating 4% of sales from all the triggers, which is quite impressive results already. And to improve results, they wanted to extend the sequence and to try to get to those people who were not engaged with the emails they sent out. And the solution was to people who have not used the promo code through emails, to those emails who did not open the birthday campaign and were going to the website. Let's offer them the same offer, but when they are on website. And it was showing to visitors who had birthday in 7 days time frame, and it was not shown at all to people who did not provide their birthday or who have made the purchase in the last 7 days, that basically they already used the promo code for their birthday. And the results were tremendous. Comparing to just the email trigger workflow, the widgets managed to increase the sales from birthday trigger by 36%, which is huge. Like, great job from Adidas team. Another case study is from Kyivstar. They were solving a slightly different problem. So historically, they have a lot of traffic on the outdated and archived offers. So they, instead of making some complex changes like redirecting from some pages to other pages, they just added a simple call to action in pop-up that was appearing when the user was staying on the outdated offer for 30 seconds or remains inactive for 2 minutes. The immediately widget is shown and helps them to go to the pages where the actual plans and actual offers and relevant offers for them are present. So helps just to let people not get lost in the outdated offerings and go to the relevant ones. Another example that could be also solved with pop-ups. The Fishka online loyalty program that used widgets to inform customers about the service updates and about the offers they have, but they also wanted to increase the usage of mobile application. So they wanted to convert more online visitors to app users. To do so, they set up an informer that was saying that there is even more offer in our app. And depending on the iOS or Android operational system was used, they were not navigating them from certainly from mobile version of the website to Google Play or App Store. The result was very good for them because they managed to convert 13% of visitors to going to the page to download the app. Again, very great results. If you have similar goal in your business, so use it. Another case study is from the MaoDao, which is one of the largest marketplaces. And yeah, the goal of the company was to get more contacts, but not just contacts. They also wanted to, wherever it's possible, to be able to send relevant offers based on the additional data that we know about them. So to grow their contact base, the MaoDao created a subscription form that for the bonus, but there also was able to build a contact segmentation based on the fields submitted in these offers. For instance, here we can see that immediately they were offering the customer an option. So what do you want? Do you have a stable, like a fixed sum of money as a discount, or do you want free delivery? And there were also some quiz mechanics involved, so they could segment the visitors differently. And as a result, they had 15% more submitted survey widgets. They had 36% more gift widgets. And in general, they had 79 more subscriptions. Another example is from one of the largest electronics retailers. The goal was to implement the new strategy with promoting night sales to like late night and early morning shoppers. So Foxtrot team created a pop-up with a promo code to attract more site visitors, and the pop-up was set up to be shown only in particular time frame from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. And basically it was showing up in the bottom right corner of the screen, directing visitors to the night sale promo. The result, they had 4 times more increase in conversions because instead of static banners, they used the interactive widget. And now I will pause once again. So how do you like the examples I showed with you already? Do you like them? Okay. Sergey, I think I need some help because I cannot pin the questions, and I think we already have some of them. So thank you for the question, Margot. At what stage of the customer journey are pop-ups most effective? Thank you for the question. I think that you can get value from widgets on nearly every stage of a customer journey. But most effective probably they are in capturing initially leads, but because basically that's super important for anyone who does marketing. He knows that effectiveness of all your campaigns are like hugely dependent on the quality of the customer base. So if it's like collected several years ago customer base, like for instance you do email campaigns and you have like 10,000 of contacts in your list and all of them like 2-3 years old, probably you will never be able to get good results. But instead you can like start with a smaller but fresh customer base, and implementing widgets, you can rapidly grow your customer base. You will always have this fresh, engaged people in your list, and basically that's the guarantee of your success. So, so answering the question once again, so despite that widgets are implemented in different stages and could be very helpful in different stages, I think that the initial stage of customer acquisition is very important, and probably that's what I would start with. Another question: can a pop-up pay back the traffic cost? For example, if a person doesn't buy but subscribes. Yeah, of course, it's possible, and that's basically how all the nurturing works. You do not usually, if you cannot convert person to purchase directly, you can at least get him on your list and then remind him and showing your brand and your product and explaining why are you different, or maybe delivering some exclusive offers. You can convert him later. So a question from Alice. What would you recommend to those who are starting to work with pop-ups for the first time? Where should they begin? I think you should start with listening to the end of this webinar. And then I would recommend you to look at the case studies that we're showing here, because there's a lot more details described in the articles on our website. And also there are also some hints how to start. And probably the third, I would recommend you to reach out to us, book a demo, and discuss how we could implement it for your website. So that's what I would do. I guess there is no more questions. Thank you. So I will continue. So we will continue with even more examples, but now I will showcase the examples of gamified widgets. Like we all know that gamification works, and we know from stats that they work very well because people just like to play games, and it works in many aspects. It grows it's better for growing your your contact base. It's better to provide better engagement. It guarantees better conversion rates. But how it works in practice? So there are three main types of gamified widgets that are available in YesPo. All of those formats are engaging, and what's very important, they are like easily customizable, because you can yourself, without needing to code anything, to write any JSONs, You just can set up so what discounts or what prices are going to be in your widget, and it's really easy to implement even without any previous experience in creating such widgets. So let's look at them in at work. So here's an example of the case study from Varus, which is one of the largest supermarkets in Ukraine with over 100 stores in various cities. And actually the full case study is described on the website. So use this QR code, or when you will receive the presentation, you can click this link, or just Google Yes Povarus and you will find it. So the goal was to increase sales to motivate users to take advantage of delivery services based on the delivery services they actually used before. And the solution was to suggest and to offer 5, 7, or 20% discount for orders above a certain amount of order value that are hidden behind the scratch card. So people submit their email and then they unlock the magic and have their discounts that they can implement on the website. So it was also targeted on several pages, so not for every page of the website. So to avoid distracting customers from completing the purchase, it was removed from the checkout pages, and it was used for promoting when the basket size was above a certain amount. As a result, it helps them to grow average order value, and it helps them to improve the CTR like nearly 1.5 times, or 55%. Another example is from bookstore, one of the largest in Central Eastern Europe, and a mobile bookstore. The goal of Yakabu was to expand the customer database and to test a new user engagement mechanism. So basically, that's an example of Black Friday. And as Black Friday is going to be like really soon, all of us know that though it's just middle of summer, but the Black Friday is always comes unexpectedly. So yeah, that's the example exactly for Black Friday. We know that people on Black Friday, they behave differently. They are like looking for discounts. They are hoping to get the best deals in this period of time. And that's a very good moment when you can grow your database. And the company invited the subscribers to leave their email and phone number to scratch a virtual card to win a prize on their next offer. The result, the orders grew 11%, the revenue grew 5%, conversion rate improved nearly 2%, and what's very important, they managed to get 35% more new contacts on the same traffic in the same time. So basically, it costs you nothing to have such form that would better just engage and interact with your visitors, but you have a lot better results. Another example from the fashion industry, also available like full case on the website. Gipur is a Ukrainian woman clothing brand, like very popular and very very beautiful in designs. And the goal was quite obvious and direct. So they wanted to have more sales. And the idea was to use the gift box as a game mechanics, letting the user himself to pick the gift box to win it. I show this example because it was made in 2 steps. Of the first step, they only see a box that the visitors had to click, and it was not like very distracting for users. So it's just a small box, in the style of the website that shows that, okay, there is something for me. And only after click on the initial this launcher opens up the form when you can submit an email and win a prize. And in order to not to and another important part of this case, it was the team was using this mechanics, but also wanted to like tailor this offer to a particular segment of the website visitors. So it was only for new visitors, so not for people who like were on the website before. And it was shown only on catalog and product pages, only after fifth second of browsing, or after it scrolls through the 10% of the page. So it was not shown immediately. It was shown like very gently as a launcher, so just welcoming small box like this one, and after 5 seconds on a page. So basically, we do not distract person, but if he's interested, he will see it. Results is like tremendous growth in numbers of subscribers. They managed to have to get 9 times more subscribers than it was usually when they used static subscription form. And of course, they also boosted the usage of those promo codes, and it grew 3 times. So now I covered like all the real-time examples I've prepared for today, but we have even more options how widgets could be used, and that's what we will cover later. But now I want to get back to the chat if there are any more questions. Sergey, could you help me? Okay. Alex, hello. Can pop-ups help bring back users who were about to leave the site? And could you please explain me how does this work? Yeah, Alex, you are absolutely right. There is a way to guess the people who are about to leave your website, these so-called exit intent pop-ups. And they are also available in Yespa. I will show you how to set them up. And basically, the logic is that we can track. So when it's for desktop, it's quite simple. There is when you point when you move a mouse and the mouse goes behind the window of the web page, you can get this moment, and when the mouse is moving towards the closing of the tab, you can show this exit intent pop-up to try to win back attention of the visitor and probably offer him some exclusivity, so he will stay with you, and that's how you do it. Okay, no more questions, so we will continue. Now I will show you a little more advanced cases that we do not have described in our case studies, but I will be happy if we could implement it together with you and have a case study in future. So one of the examples is to add and enrich your pop-up with a limited time offer, basically with such a countdown timer. It helps you to build the urgency of the offer, and it just helps you to improve conversions utilizing this feature. And you do not have to know how to code this countdown timer because it's available as ready-made module that you simply drag and drop and use it in your widget with Yespa. Another example is to show a widget that offers a discount products for the particular category. So instead of showing some generic discount for your daily care that you would probably show on the main page, when you see that person is already going deeper and he's in a particular category, in this case, you can show the widget with a discount of the product on the promotion from this category. Another example is to use widgets to share promo code with friends and families. Here is an example when you can share the promo code via different messengers. And that's like very not obvious case that but it works, and I'll be happy to implement it with you if you have such plans. Another example is boosting cross-sale during holiday season, and the idea here was not to play with the discount size, but with a category to which this discount could be used. So basically here we can rotate like categories, or we can rotate the products themselves, letting the special discount on something on a different entity than just the size of a discount. I think it's also should be very entertaining for people to play with that. There are also options to utilize widgets for UX perspective. Like for instance, like from geo tags that the user is from particular country, but he due to, I don't know, for he came from search, for instance, and the like other language version of the site has opened, but you know that there is a proper language version of proper geographical area version of the website is better fitting that. You can also set up such logic, so it will be improving the user experience of your website. You can also target special offers to people coming from a particular channels. For instance, if they come from email, or they come from Instagram, or they come from referring from some website. Like for instance, we use this during campaigns when we had a lot of referral traffic from a particular website. So we could find this referral website and to show some notification to people coming like from that referral. And it's like, again, quite easy to set up. You can also increase conversion from informational pages and nudge potential customer to visit product pages if they come to your blog. But you can also like, you're reading my blog about, I don't know, like food for pets, but you can directly navigate you to a product selected for cats or dogs. And it helps you to make more use of your informational pages and make them more converting to sales. There also an interesting case that could be implemented when we know that people preferred some particular shipping method before. We can help him to personalize the offer and to encourage him to complete the purchase, offering a discount on this preferred shipping method. So that's all the examples I had. And now I want to get to more practical things and to show you how to set it up. Once again, I will look, okay. No questions so far, but please, if you have some more of them, please write them down. So mistakes to avoid. We do often see bad examples of widget implementations. And the first one of them, and most often mistake, is when you set up that widget appears immediately after page loads. And the most common reaction is to close the pop-up in the best case. In the worst case, you just close the page at all. So wrong time for showing widgets is very important to be able to flexibly set up when do you want to show this widget. Another bad example is the same offer for everyone. So you do ignore where this customer came from, ignore his behavior. Is it his first page or is it his 10th page on your website? What is the segment of this user? Is this like new visitor? Is this like your VIP customer? All of this could be taken into account, and that's where CDP and widgets and pop-ups from Yespo can help you with. Another example is bad copywriting or unclear call to action. Usually you do not know this upfront. You have to be able to make A/B tests, and that's basically this fifth point is also about it. So try to be clear, try to be very very simple in explaining what is the value in interacting with this widget, why people should want to use it. Another problem is inappropriate or outdated design. Usually you have when you use similar tools, you have some templated widgets, and those templated widgets could look like strange or odd on your website because they do not follow your styles, they do not follow your fonts, your colors, and that's what could be easily fixed because, like I show you in the next slide, it's like very simple to do with Yespo. And eventually, yeah, no A/B testing, we just set something up. And the second biggest problem is when we set this up, we leave it working for like years, not bringing any changes, which is wrong. So how to create the widget without coding with Yespo CDP, and again in 5 minutes. So now there are some elements of how you see this in the user interface of Yespo. So you set up the style that you want to use, the type of the widget, and then you select the main colors and main buttons and background colors. Then you select the style. So do you want to have the smooth style or minimalist style? But even after that, you will be able to tailor it later with your images and some graphics. Then you have a canvas when you create the widgets itself, and it's built on logic of drag and drop editing. So basically, you do not have to code HTML. You do not have to know what CSS is and how to implement those styles. Basically, you just use the elements from the left panel and you drop them on the canvas, and you see exactly how it looks like. But again, you can also make a preview of how it will look on the desktop and how it would look on the mobile version. Very important that we suggest you to use different interactive elements that make widgets more attractive and more appealing to customers. To capture this attention, you can implement images and videos. It's known that images are a lot more attractive than just text. You can use promo codes, and you can use promo codes from your database, or we will generate them for you. And you can use countdown timer. It helps to improve the conversion approximately 50%. Compare it to static widget. So these countdown timers, again, you don't need to know how to code this countdown timer. You just drag and drop on a canvas ready-made countdown timer module, and then just set up the rules. So it's quite easy to do. Another important part is setting the display conditions, and you have all the power about how those widgets should be implemented. You can set up the display frequency, whether you want it to show every time people go to this particular page, or do you want them to show just once, or just once per session, or once in a few days. So maybe there is a long-term campaign and you wanted to reminding people constantly about some offers that you have, but you don't want to have it more often than once in 3 days, for instance. You can also set up the rules when to display. So should we show it immediately when the page is loaded, or do you want to show it when the page is read by 60%, or after a particular time spent on the page, or after the visitor have visited 3 or more pages before, or if he became inactive, or like exit intent, the cursor has left the area. You can also set up the rules when to stop displaying this widget to this particular visitor. So probably after interaction with widget, so like after submission, or to show him in all locations or selected locations. Like you can also use the geotags to understand whom to show which widgets. For instance, you have special discounts in the capital of your country, in the shops that are present there, and you will set up that only visitors from this area will see this widget. Of course, it's super important to do personalization. And apart from a simple personalization that you have with usual widgets, and those typically help you to set up the rules based on only this session information. So basically on which pages he've been, how many pages he visited. When connected with customer data platform, you can also target people based on their browsing behavior history, on their purchase history. So which products he bought before, what are his preferences, and like other personal data that is stored in CDP. So basically, it helps you to target people based on customer data platform segments. You can target them for frequent buyers, you can target them VIPs, you can target females, and you can target people who fit this all of these parameters all together. And this helps you to make different widgets working for different categories of your visitors. And in the very end, I want to share what actual customers of us tell us about the widgets and what is their feedback. So the feedback from Elena from Kyivstar, she says it's a great solution that helped to enhance a particular offer, highlight a product or promotion, and she loves A/B testing functionality. The feedback from Andrew from loyalty program of Foxtrot, he says that the widget was very easy to integrate to their website, and it's very intuitive, and they're very happy to use it. Honestly, there is a lot more real people comments about how they are happy about using the widgets. I don't think there is a reason for me to read them, and I hope that you already know that widgets are a fantastic tool and very helpful. For those of you who were subscribed to this webinar, you will get all the presentation with all the slides I just skipped. But also I engage those who will be watching this in the recording. Just take your phone, scan the QR code, and book a meeting with me or with my team. I think that the best way to talk is to talk directly. Yeah, I'll be happy to do that, and I hope to see you soon on our meetings. So for now, do I have any more questions? I guess I do. So Alex, thank you for being such an active listener. So please explain, why is it better to create pop-ups through your platform rather than independently? How will this benefit my business? So if you are already a customer of Yespo, then that's a like must-have solution, because like I said, it costs comparatively nothing. And still it helps you to enhance the efficiency of all your next communications, of all your email marketing campaigns, of all your cross-sell and upsell efforts. So that's really important, because that's basically opens a door to a lot more reach of the customers. If you're not a customer of us, then I would say that it's very important that with Yespo customer data platform, you will be able not just have the widgets themselves that will help you just to save the email of the user, but you will be able to communicate with the customer directly in omni-channel way. And you will be also able to make the widgets even more effective targeting different segments of your audience depending on their purchase history, their loyalty level, and so on. So there's plenty of capabilities. And if I have not persuaded you yet, so please scan this QR code and let's talk in person. Okay, thank you very much. And it was a pleasure being with you, and hope to see some of you on our personal meetings. Thank you. Bye-bye.